We now go live to another group therapy session at Kensington Hospital. Listening closely to what these gentlemen are saying.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Dr. Jarhead. Welcome to the group therapy session at Kensington Hospital. I'd like to inform you that we're running a special today. Buy 1 dose of methadone, get 5 Klonopins for free. I suggest you take us up on that offer. Would anyone like to start off the group?
Yeah, I'm Flash, and I'm a motherfucking addict.
Hey, what's going on, Flash?
Hey, Flash.
Cherry. I'll take cherry. Nah, grape. Nah, cherry.
Anyway, like I was saying, I had a great day yesterday. Rhonda came over, brought me a big old slice of sweet potato pie, and she licked on my nuts for a straight 2 hours.
That's what I'm talking about, Flash.
Ew, that's disgusting. Hey, fuck you, Woody, you pasty bastard.
Chocolate chips and raisins.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody else like to go now? Woody? I'm Woody. I'm an addict alcoholic.
Hey, what's up, Woody?
Anyway, I had a pretty good day yesterday. I walked to the store. Hey, Woody. I seen somebody that I knew for a while. Woody, over here. What? How you like me now, Woody?
My hat. Where'd you get my hat at?
From the pawn shop over there on 23rd Street. How you like me now, bitch?
Damn, Woody, you really did sell your hat for rocks? You was a straight up Thundercat, Woody.
What's the square root of this room?
I did not sell my hat for rocks. Give me my goddamn hat back. Sure, you can have it back. $100. $100? I only got 20 for it. Oh, shit.
Thundercat.
Toasted cornflakes.
Hey, motherfucker, is you high? Hey, Dr. Jarhead, I think Buzz is high.
Buzz, is this true? Are you high?
I'm flying, baby. Flying high on the wings of love.
Shit, I gotta find another group to go to.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Truth Addiction. This is the channel that deals with the disease of addiction and all the ways it manifests itself. I am a recovering addict. And if you don't know yet, going on that clip I played in the beginning of this video, I'm shot the fuck out. But I do have 6 years clean, and I'm getting a little bit better every day. Anyway, I got to thinking, I'm gonna make a little series, 4-part series, and I would like to break down the 12 steps of a recovery program. Any recovery program, they all go by the same steps, so I'm gonna go through it, right? Today we're gonna get into steps 1, 2, and 3, and before I do, I would just like it if y'all would just hit that like button, hit that comment button, and hit that subscribe button. Well, not just hit the comment button, I guess. You have to actually leave a comment. You have to hit the comment, then leave a comment, I guess. Anyway, I don't know much, but I know about these steps. And maybe today I can help somebody out. Maybe there's somebody out there who's thinking about going into recovery and they have seen these steps and some of these words are bugging them out. Or maybe you're on one of these steps and maybe something I say could enlighten you. Or maybe you can leave a comment and enlighten me. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, let's jump right in. So, the 12-step program, the steps to any 12-step program with a couple little tweaks. I'll go over the little tweaks first. So, you have some 12-step programs that have we in front of each step. Some of them just start here. So, in other words, we admitted we were powerless. Some of them just say, admitted we were powerless. Some of them just say, came to believe. Some of them just say, made a decision. You get the point? And the other thing that's different, which I left blank here, we admitted we were powerless over our blank. There you can just fill in, right? Whatever particular program you go to, whenever you chose to get into 12-step recovery, you can fill this in. Your particular 12-step program will have a word for you here that you can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like in other words, whatever, overeating, gambling, alcohol, addiction, so on and so on. So for the purpose of today's video, I'm just going to use the word problem, all right? So step one, we admitted we were powerless over that our lives have become unmanageable. So let's break it down. We admitted we were powerless. So what does that mean, powerless? Well, the most simplest terms is against your own will, right? Doing something against your own will. It's kind of like, imagine somebody comes up to you and says, let me get all your money. And you're like, no, I ain't giving you all my money. And then they put like a nice shiny 38 to your head. And they're like, no, I think you're going to give me my money. Your money. You're going to give me your money, right? And then you kind of go, well, I don't want to die, so I'm going to give this man my money. Now, yeah, you're making the action to give the man your money, but you don't want it. You're doing it against your own will in order to survive, right? Same thing with your problem. We come to a point where we believe we need the problem to survive. So we do it even though we don't want to do it. Now, I know there's people out there in this world that look at it like this. Oh, then people could stop using that problem if they wanted to. They just don't want to. Well, I could assure you that I used my particular problem all the time against my own will. And if for anybody out there that would like to debate that, you can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, even leave a comment here. Maybe we can set up a debate. We'll do it right here on the show. Anyway, let's go. Now, at first glance, this looks like it's just one step, but it's actually a two-part step. Because then we come to this, that our lives have become unmanageable. Now, at first you look at this and you go, well, duh, Brian, of course. My problem had me assed out. I couldn't pay my rent. My wife left me. My husband left me. Of course my life was unmanageable. It sucked, man. And that's part of it. But then you got this part. This part here is a very important part to understand, because this is the part that suggests control. That at some point we can control our problem, right? Because we start to believe, especially once we've been away from our problem for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, clean from our problem, we start to believe that, you know what? The problem wasn't actually that bad. It was just that I used it too much, or I didn't apply it very well. You know what I'm saying? So this is an important part to understand, right? You ever be in one of those like real toxic relationships, you know, like a good one, you know what I mean? Like where you're sitting sitting down at dinner and like at any point you could just be stabbed with a fork, you know what I'm saying? And like 2 minutes later, I'm sorry for stabbing me with the fork. I love you too. You know what I mean? It's me and you against the world, baby. You know what I mean? One of them good joints, one of them good toxic joints. Well, you can actually place the name of your toxic joint right here, and it works. You know what I'm talking about? You know how you're on like the 16th breakup? Like this shit is over for the 16th time, and you keep going back to the problem against your own will, knowing what's going to happen, right? So if we just break this down into its most simplest form, right? We came to understand that we had no power over our problem. We had no power over it. And that no matter how much we tried to control it or do other things, the problem always prevailed, right? That's it in its most simplest form, right? Number two, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Now here, people get a little squeamish because we start talking about power greater than ourselves and stuff. It might sound a little religious, but it didn't even get religious sounding yet. Trust me. So number two, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Now, up to this point, hopefully you've been going to your particular 12-step program for a little bit. You've attended some meetings, right? And you've got to sit there, and if you were fortunate enough, you got to hear somebody share your story out of their mouth, right? And not only that, they followed it up with, I've been 5, 10, 15 years off of my particular problem, right? Been free of my problem for 10, 15 years. And you're like, wow, You know what I mean? So since you heard your story out of their mouth, now it's so much like you don't really think they're bullshitting. You kind of hear everybody sharing and you know, like, yo, these people ain't bullshitting and their lives have gotten better. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's something here, right? Second part, that a power greater than ourselves can restore us to sanity. Well, first of all, this implies that we're already insane, and it would be true. You have to be insane in order to be restored to sanity, right? And that's exactly what using our problem has caused, a great deal of insanity. So now, since you've been coming to your particular 12-step meetings and you're seeing things change, and then you come into rooms and you see these people's lives getting better, it's amazing to you. And you start to think that maybe this could work for me. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you start to remember to yourself, damn, I haven't used my problem in like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Okay, something's happening here, right? So that's it, man. That's the simplest way to break this down, man. We went to meetings and started seeing people just like us and that their lives were changing, and we started to think that it could happen for us, right? So let's keep going. Let's jump in. Step 3. We made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. Uh-oh. Here's that word. Some people get bugged out over that word, right? Some people got a problem with the God word. You know what I'm saying? It took me a little bit to get over it. But let's break it down, right? So we made a decision. Now, when you first look at this looks like an action word, right? This looks like a verb, like, yeah, like you're actually doing something. But I'm going to break this down the easiest way I can. When I was in rehab, I had a counselor that said to our group, hey group, listen, there's 3 frogs on the log. One decides to jump off. How many frogs are left? And the whole group said, duh, 2. And the doctor said, duh, no, there's still 3. Because one only decided to jump off. So we're just making the decision. We didn't actually do anything yet. So here's the next part. To turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him, right? Now, for some religious people, this kind of fits. Goes right in. My sponsor's religious, it kind of goes right in. But to me, it really doesn't matter about religion, right? This is the same kind of thing. So you started going into meetings, and as you're going to meetings, you're seeing people laughing, they're smiling, they're talking about things like going camping, going bowling, people are getting married, people are having kids, and you know, they were people just like you, like struggled to get one day. And as you go, you start to develop kind of like this herd mentality, right? And you start to believe that as long as I stay in the middle of the pack, like I'll be all right. Like stay in this, work these steps, keep in contact with the sponsor of your particular program, right? And keep you a little circle, a little network of people who aren't using and have found a new way of life without that particular problem that you had, right? And once you do that, that becomes the power. To me, this is nothing but good, orderly direction, right? I turn my will and my life over to good, orderly direction as I understand it to be. And that's the beauty of every 12-step program. It's as you understand it to be, right? So it's pretty simple, man. So I can see that this program is working for others and myself. So I will make the commitment to go on with the rest of the steps. That's basically what it means. This is like the simplest way I look at these first 3 steps, right? And if you really wanted to get like super simple, it's kind of like this. I'm powerless. I have no power. I found the power. I'm no longer powerless. I commit to stay plugged into the power. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, man. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Everything's going pretty good on the channel, and it's all because of you guys. So anyway, just remember this. The disease of addiction is broad and outside of the realm of just using drugs, right? Keep coming back. More will be revealed.